Yeah. Why does, like, every other episode start in this city? I don't like the cold. But anyway, hey guys, it's me, your friendly neighborhood Pokemaniac, coming back at you with another, cool episode of Pokemon Platinum post-game edition. And yeah, I've probably used another cool episode of Pokemon Platinum before, but it wasn't post-game edition, and that's important. In the last episode, we basically finished up almost everything we needed to do at the Battle Zone, including catching ourselves the legendary Heatran. And now we are back here in Snowpoint City because, well, we're not quite done with our legendary collecting, as of yet. But funny enough, some legendary Pokemon are much easier to collect than others. Case in point, if we head on over into the oh my goodness, it is a mysterious Courier that does not normally show up in game. However, did this happen? And if we go and talk to him, some of you eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed, I am one Pokemon short of a party. That is a state on my mental well-being alongside of my party right now. But that is necessary because we got to talk to this guy. A good day. You must be Jake. I've received a gift for you. There you go. And we get ourselves a Regice. Yeah, you read that right. He just gives it to you. Just like that. Man, I'm telling you, some legendary Pokemon are just so much easier to catch than others. We look forward to your next visit. Well, dang, dude, I look forward to your next visit if you're handing out Pokemon like that. My goodness. But yeah, so we just come over here and we grab ourselves a free Regice. And it is going to be on level 100, holding a cut stat berry, which that is a unique berry that reduces the power of fighting type moves, I believe, which is nice because Regice is the pure normal type Pokemon. And we got a rash one and a lovely place. Fateful encounter at level 100. Hates to lose, likes dry food. A Gigas after my own heart. And as you can see, you take a look at these stats. They are absolutely absurd. And then you look at the ability. So yeah, Regice, they goofed up, guys. They made a Pokemon that was so good they had to nerf him right away. So his ability slow start for the first 5 turns. That Regice is out, it will have his attack and his speed, rendering him basically useless as a Pokemon. So, yeah, do with that what you will. If you're lucky to do some like skill swap shenanigans and like VGC, I don't know, maybe that would work out for you. But the important thing is Regice. Those of you who have played or are intimately aware of the 3rd generation of Pokemon are very familiar with the Regis, the 3 Regis. So why a 4th one has mysteriously appeared, they just made one for 4th gen. Now, there is a very interesting conundrum, basically, with this game. I was trying to think about how I was going to go about introducing the Regis in the game because they are all actually readily available to us in the game after you get yourself a Regice. However, in order to get a Regice, you either have to already have the 3 Regis that you caught in the PAL Park, transferred over from Gen 3, or you have to capture them in-game, which is what we are about to do. However, in order to capture the 3 Regis in-game, in order to get the Regice, you need a Regice for the 3 Regis in-game to appear. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation. Yeah, there was really no way to kind of, go about, like revealing Regice and the 3 Regis in-game without, one being required before getting the others. Because if you guys recall, as we have been running around our adventure here in the lovely land of Sinnoh and beyond, I suppose, like the Battle Zone, there were certain areas that seemed to be like just useless, empty caverns that had one like hold item in them, man, we're going to my least favorite places in this game in this episode. I'm telling you, we're back in the sand after escaping the snow. But if you recall, there were a couple of them. One of these caverns that I pointed out was cleverly hidden was right over here on Route 228 in the Battle Zone. So just as quickly as we had left, we have reappeared. So we're going to zoop right down the right down the sand slide. And if you have Regigigas in your party and you enter the previously empty cavern, well, as you can see, it ain't so empty anymore. And and they redecorated. How about that? But before we go any further, we are going to save our game here because you guessed it. You was right. Well, we're going to save a lot of data first. So wake me up in like 2 hours. Oh, geez. Okay. That startled me. Okay. But anywho, so coming right along up here, I think Autumn's probably a really good lead for this one. We go over here and we see this like really interesting Klingon statue. It's a statue of a Pokemon. It seems to exude power from somewhere. Something spoke out. Thank you. That is the most vague description I've ever heard. With our master, upon every lighted tile, you must tread. Okay, so with our master, they are referring to Regigigas, and then every lighted tile we must tread, which means we have to... Ooh, listen to that. Oh, we have to... Oh, it's a puzzle. Oh, good. Good, this is what I wanted to do today. So we have to step from tile to tile. And if you do step on every single one, something changed in the air. An indescribable power is emanating from the Pokemon statue. Once we go back up to the Pokemon statue, Zaza, dude! Zaza, sorry, Zaw! We get a unique music selection and a splash screen, and say hello to Regi Zaw, I guess. What the heck was that? When I think about Regirock, I don't think of Zaza, sorry, Zaza, dude. Let's go get some Zaw down at the Ria, dude. Yeah, say hello to Regirock. And he's gonna rock him, pop him, sop him, robots. Sock him, rock him, sock him, robot, you. My goodness, that was a tongue twister. I made up myself and I couldn't even get through it. As you can see, he's ready to punch with his rock arms. And just like any legendary Pokemon, we are going to start out with a Quick Ball to see if we can get that, instant capture. Because, much like Shaman, as you can see, this Regirock, while being a legendary Pokemon, or a legendary Pokemon, is only on level 30. So, let's think fast, Chuckle Nuts. Okay, it's not going to be as easy as Shaman was, which is A-okay with me. So, as you can see... As you can see, this Regirock is in fact going to be on level 30. Regirock, if you didn't know, is the pure rock-type Pokemon. I don't even know if I want to hit this thing with something. I guess Hidden Power's okay, because it's, fire, so it's not going to be very effective. Let's find out. So Regirock is the pure rock-type Pokemon with the ability Clear Body, which means its stats cannot be reduced, and it's got the moves Stomp, Rock Throw, Curse, and Super Power, as it is demonstrating right here. Now, as you can see, fortunately, that did not do very much. Okay, you can't lower its stats. It can lower its own stats with Clear Body, okay? Just to make that crystal clear, because I said that and then Regirock immediately contradicted me, which, not cool, bro. But with that, as you can see, it's not too much of a threat. In particular, again, if you have Regigigas on your team, like, even if your Pokemon aren't, like, up to the challenge of... going toe-to-toe with a Regirock, like, Regigigas can just sit there and tank hits basically all day until you catch it. Now, unlike Shaman, as you can see, its catch rate, well, again, I don't even know if, well, yeah, Shaman's catch rate was a little bit higher than your typical legendary Pokemon, which was really nice. But as you can see, Regirock is definitely not futzing around when it comes to both its special defenses and its catch rate. But I'm going to risk one more Hidden Power, to knock it down another peg, and then we're going to start, hucking balls at it. Fortunately, before we started the episode, I did end up going and restocking on, a bunch of Pokeballs, because Hey. Well, no. We didn't have any after stupid Heatrian battle, so I had to go get more. And even then, because my funds are still very limited, because I bought a couch in the resort area, I could only buy so many Dusk Balls, and then I filled up a little bit more on Timer Balls. But with any luck, a level 30 Regirock should not be too much of an issue, and Autumn can basically... you can stomp on Autumn all you want, but if you knock him down, he'll get up again. There ain't no way to keep Autumn down. And he throws a Dusky Ball, he throws a Quickie Ball, he throws a Timer Ball, he throws an Ultra Ball. Anywho, with that, I mean, hey, it basic legendary etiquette. We sit here and chuck Pokeballs at it until it finally concedes to our will. Which does not look like it's going to be happening anytime soon. You're in a cave, man. This does count as a cave, so my Dusk Balls are at full effectiveness. It may not be nighttime right now, but I don't think that really makes too much of a difference. Like, I mean, wouldn't it be nice if, like, Dusk Balls compounded between, like, you know, nighttime and being in a cave? That would be nice. But they don't. It is one or the other, or both. It could be for full effectiveness. And my goodness, you missed your rock throw, dude. Also, how does, like, do you think Regirock, when using rock throw, like, just takes a chunk off of his body and just chucks it at his enemy? Or, I don't know. Maybe we can figure out if we could catch him and then ask him about it. Oh yeah, you're the one cursing. I'm the one who feels like he's about to curse because you won't get in my balls. All right, so let's see. We are already down to 15 Dusk Balls from our 20 in stock. And if you guys couldn't guess, this is not the only legendary on our agenda for today. So I'll catch back up to you guys when he finally relinquishes and gets in my balls. Ultra Ball, maybe? 2. Bruh, who do you think you are? You have an H on your face. Get in the ball. Okay, no, it's cool. And maybe you're a Pokeball kind of guy, yeah? Yeah, maybe you like the Pokeballs, huh? 1. Nope, you don't like the Pokeballs neither. Great. Think fast, Chuckle Nuts. Oh, I thought that was it. Oh, the pain in my heart. Oh. God, just stay in, please. Please. Bro, I'm begging you. Just shake like once. Just once to let me know, like, there's some wiggle room here, please. Oh, just shake, please. There is nothing beyond the Regirock. I feel like I'm stuck in an infinite time loop, cursed to sit here and throw Pokeballs at this Pokemon until the heat death of the universe. Please, just get in my balls. Oh. Just do me like one solid, bro. Just one. Please. 2, 3. Bro, you're not that important. There's like 2 more of you I have to catch in this episode, so let's speed it up. This is literally worse than death. It's that easy. All right, we finally caught Regirock. And I guess all we had to do was bring Daddy out to yell at him a little bit. And here we are. And what is up with that footprint? Anyway, Regirock, the Rock Peak Pokemon. This is what Peak Rock looks like. If you can't handle that, you can get out. Its entire body is made of rock. I could not have gathered that. If any part chips off in battle, it attaches rocks to repair itself. Oh, so it probably does, like, literally just, like, break chunks of itself off and throws it at other Pokemon. 507 pounds at 5'7". Oh, my goodness. This dude is not okay. Not properly proportioned. Give a nickname to Regirock? No. In fact, I don't want to see Regirock ever again. Quite frankly. But with that, that's one down, guys. I'll meet you at the next location. Alrighty, and as you guys can see, we are back here in Mount Coronet. This was one of the other empty caverns that we had bumped into on our travels. Coming up here, you know, after Team Galactic, my goodness, or maybe on our way to Snowpoint. I can't quite remember. It all seems so long ago. My perception of time has been lost since you know, all of that fighting with Regirock. But this is located in Mount Coronet. It is the north side of Mount Coronet, so like after you get through that defog room, I mean, it's right here. So let's pop in. Again, remember, having Regigigas in the party. And looky here. Oh, perfect timing for the repel to wear off. It's a statue of a Pokemon. It seems to exude power. It looks more like a Klingon than a Pokemon, but yeah, you know what? From somewhere, something spoke out. With our master, upon every lighted tile, you must tread. Okay, I know about treading on the tiles. All right. So we're going to tread on these tiles right quick. And again, more of the shaking and the rumbling and taking down the mountain. Something changed in the air. And then just, yeah, it probably got colder. I don't know how, but it did. And as you can see, once again, the room has been decked out in a, you know, immaculate style. So with that, guys, that was almost, that was a close one. We are not going to forget to save before we, you know, take on the next, what? A lot of data? What we of course, it's going to be a lot of data that basically took until the end of time to catch Regirock, so that makes sense. All right, and with that, we're going to take on Jackie. Oh, I said Jakey. Oh, he's talking to me. Look, oh, I like him already. All right, banging soundtrack and that. Oh, look at him, he's flying. What the heck? Why is he off the ground? Say hello to Regice, or Regice. His name does not necessarily follow convention, but I understand why they did it this way, because, you know, Regice, I always called him Regice, because, you know, it just fits in with all the other names. But before anything, think fast, Chuckle Nuts. Regice, level 30, once again. It is a pure ice type, clear body, with... No! I was ignoring it because I thought that, you know, ignoring it would make it stay in the... Anywho, it is the pure ice type Pokemon, once again, with the ability clear body, so you will not be lowering its stats. However, Regice will lower its own stats at will with the moves Stomp, Icy Wind, Curse, and Superpower. Once again, nothing too scary. While Regirock had the, you know, while Regirock had the most defense, Regice, of the three Regis, has the most special defense. It didn't appear that way because Hidden Power Fire is not very effective against that Regirock. Hidden Power Fire is going to be super effective against Regice, but based on the logic of its high special defense, this should not kill it. Okay, it didn't even come close to killing it. That's beautiful. Beautiful. All right, and then we will let Regice... I cannot get over that pose. That is the greatest pose I've ever seen. It looks like he's... like he just stage dived and he's coming at you. I would not want to have this coming at me. Look at him go, man. Or he's like, you know, really excited to see you and he's coming to give you a hug. That's also probably... Either of those scenarios I really like. So we're gonna see if we can't catch this beautiful majestic creature. Can't get over that pose. All right, so maybe with a Dusk Ball we'll have a little bit more luck. Apparently not. Maybe we're gonna be taken after Regirock here. Let's hope not. Once again, I mean, being at level 30, you're most likely at this point in time going to not even, all of your Pokemon are basically walls at this point to a Pokemon at level 30. So really, you don't have to worry too much about, like, healing or getting worried about being knocked out or anything. Really, the only things you need to worry about are, well, number one, using up all of your Pokeballs. The real number one is accidentally KOing this thing. While they are legendary, being at level 30, it's not ideal. And particularly if you're, 25 levels higher, such as Autumn here is, there is a real risk that you will accidentally knock them out, be it with just a too strong move, or even if you, a crit that you weren't expecting, to hit at some point in time. Either way, these are things you need to watch out for. Based on all of the Regi's moves, I don't think you need to worry too much about struggle, just because Stomp and Curse have, like, I think 30 PP each. Curse maybe not that much, but Stomp definitely has a lot of PP. Superpower, I think, is like 10. Icy Wind at 10, maybe 15. Again, I don't think you need to worry too much about that. The only thing you need to worry about is keeping these things alive. Once again, I'm not using the greatest strategies when it comes to legendary Pokemon. We've been through enough legendary Pokemon that you guys probably all realize this. At least I'm not doing something crazy and, trying to catch legendaries and Pokeballs. That would be preposterous. But as you can see, I'm not using any status moves or anything on the different legendary Pokemon. I definitely could. If I were to recommend one, it would probably be a Pokemon that can learn Spore, or if you happen to have yourself a Darkrai, being able to use Dark Void and almost guarantee put it to sleep is just absolutely bonkers. Other strategies too, if you don't have access to that, if you have a good way of paralyzing these Pokemon. I know we got rid of Body Slam, which was Autumn's main way to paralyze a Pokemon, which he cannot do anymore, which is rather unfortunate. But that's all right. We're fine here. Please, I've got nothing else to do today rather than just sit here and chuck Pokeballs at legendary Pokemon. So we're gonna keep throwing these here. I'll get back to you with any updates. Three. Hey! All right. Regice, my man. Okay, that was way better than Regirock. I cannot tell you how... That felt like an instant, okay? That was beautiful. Just every other Pokemon do that. All right, Regice. Properly pronounced Regice. The iceberg Pokemon. Look at that footprint, man. Nothing. Got dainty little ballerina toes, I suppose. 5'11", my goodness. He could not quite make that. I bet you if you hit him with the hose a little bit, he could probably make 6 foot. 385.8 pounds. Get this man a contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I tell you what. All right, its body is made of ice from the Ice Age. Ooh, from the Ice Age. It controls frigid air of negative 328 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, that does it. That confirms the Pokedex does it in proper units of measurement. So take that, Euro trash. Fahrenheit. Give a nickname to the Regice? No. That's A-okay. All right. Transferred to box 1. Beautiful. That's how you do. I'm gonna have to have a frank discussion with Regirock later about proper etiquette. But yeah, with that, guys, we are going to make our quick escape. Not max repel. I said escape, which implies where are they? Ah, escape. All right, and we are out of here. Alrighty, guys, and back here in Canalave City, I know a sailor who owes me a little favor. I could have phrased that way better. But anywho, we are back in Canalave City for a very specific reason, and that is to come over here, talk to Eldritch, and we get to actually pick which ones we want to go to. So we can go to Full Moon or New Moon. I don't know how that one of these was in my dreams. Maybe he is just a cosmic entity. But we want to go back to Arn Island. So, anchors away, Piku, my darling. Let us get back to Arn Island, which, there is a, man sitting there with a, Riolu egg, very patiently waiting for me. Sorry, Riley, still no room. All right. So once you make it back through Iron Island, much easier when your Pokemon are massively over-leveled so your repel works properly and you don't have to battle every trainer along the way. Oh, I may have spoken just a little too soon. Repel wore off like just as soon as I started getting cocky. So just, you know, a little reminder of my hubris, knowing my place. So coming back up here, as you can see, this is our third and final, what used to be a big empty cavern. But once again, once we get Big Papa Regigigas on our team, the Iron Ruins doth appear. And again, like, oh, just decorated so well. Yes, statue exudes power. Somewhere something spoke out. I guess the implication is that this is the Regis speaking, which is interesting that they know English somehow. But same as before, we're going to go over here, touch all the pretty colored dots, because why wouldn't you? I mean, look at that. Oh, this is... Oh, and they're reflective. Well, these ones are reflective. My goodness. See, look, Pokemon predicted RGB LED lights way before they were ever a thing. And then once again, an indescribable power started emanating from the statue, which, of course, means we have to save an awful lot of data. Like so. And we can, I guess, encounter. I was going to say get into a fight with, which I guess is what we're doing. But, yeah, let's brawl. Let's throw down with Gizo. All right, you got to be careful pronouncing that. That could go wrong in many directions. You probably could have phrased that better. And say hello to Registeel, the third and final Regi that we are, well, I guess the third and final Gen 3 Regi, I suppose, that we are going to be fighting in this episode. And here he is, Registeel, with a drastically different sprite. Go ahead and look up the original Registeel sprite. From, I believe, Gen 4. Just take a peek at that. You kind of understand why they would want to change, you know, the sprite in future releases. But just like before, I forgot to use a Quick Ball. It is the pure steel type Pokemon with the ability Clear Body. If you couldn't guess this one. Maybe like shiny or reflective body, maybe not so much clear body. And it's got the moves Stomp, Curse, Metal Claw, and Superpower. So same as before, it just has its own little elemental flair. You know, because I forgot to use the Quick Ball, I'm going to use Hidden Power and hope for a low roll. And if not, we can just reset, and then I get to use a Quick Ball anyway. So I'm not super concerned. Okay, yep, that Autumn too strong confirmed. All right, see you in a sec. That's not a lot of experience for a legendary Pokemon, if you ask me. Once again, this is why we save before we encounter our legendary Pokemon, Gizo. All right, and Gizo is right, I guess? I don't know. None of these Regis have said anything that even sounds like their cries in-game, so I don't know where they came up with that, but I'm not here to complain. Let's use Surf and see what happens. So, Registeel, if you couldn't guess, between Regirock being the defensive one, Regice being the specially defensive one, Registeel is going to be kind of the in-between guy. I forgot to use the Quick Ball! Oh my gosh. We're going to use one right now. It's not as effective, but it is still relatively effective considering it is turn 2. But think fast. Yeah, it wasn't even worth a try. But yeah, so Registeel, honestly, is probably, out of the 3 Regis, Registeel's probably the best one, just because, number 1, the more balanced approach is pretty handy, and number 2, its typing lends itself a little bit better to, you know, battling than the others. A pure rock type has quite a few weaknesses in like water, ground. Rock's not weak to ice, so fighting. It's got a couple weaknesses, which is actually, it's steel. It's not too bad considering most of those are, in fact, like, some of those are physical. Grass, even. Jeez, oh man, the more I think about it, the more they come. So, got quite a bit of weaknesses. And, you know, the defense is really nice. So, I mean, if you're looking for a specific tank, maybe you could attempt that. Same issue with Regice. While it is, you know, has great special defense, don't get me wrong. The unfortunate truth is that ice is not exactly a, you know, stand out type when it comes to the ways of weaknesses or resistances, whereas ice Pokemon are weak to fire, rock, steel, fighting, fire, rock, steel, fighting, anything else there? I don't know. I'm sure I'll think of more as it goes along, but those are some very common types of moves that Pokemon have, and particularly when it comes to stuff like rock and fighting, having high special defense is not going to do you a super good amount because usually the fighting and the rocks are very physical. However, Registeel, pure steel type. It's weak to fire. It's weak to ground. It's weak to fighting. There you go. What you see is what you get. And, oh, I thought you were going to be the easiest one, Registeel. I was so ready to sing your praises. I tell you what. But also being balanced, too, you can basically raise it into the type of tank you want it to be. If you couldn't guess, none of these Pokemon are very fast. Yeah, you couldn't guess by the design, huh? They are lumbering golems, basically. So they're not very fast. They can pack a punch, and their defenses are, you know, by far and away their better stats. So they're not like uber level strong, which is also kind of nice. So it doesn't feel like, you know, you're cheating when you're using one. And particularly if you just need like a good tank or a wall to, you know, absorb hits from time to time. Can't really complain with these guys because, you know, again, it doesn't feel like, you know, you're cheating or that you have an unfair advantage. So, and yeah, that is that's Registeel for you. I guess like the others, we shall meet back up once something develops or he stays in the Poke. Hey guys, I'm back at you. We just got Registeel, who is my favorite Regi from this point on. Other than you know, Fizame, but it's neither here nor there. Registeel, the Iron Pokemon, real creative. Pure steel type Pokemon, 6'3". This thing is 1 inch shorter than I am. My goodness, and 451 pounds. It's quite a bit heavier than me, though. A very unique footprint. I like that. Tempered by pressure underground over tens of thousands of years, its body cannot be scratched. I thought it was gonna say stretch, and I was like, that does make sense, but it can't even be scratched. It is harder than diamonds. Registeel. No, we're not gonna give a nickname to Registeel. If I was, it would be my favorite Pokemon. Whew. And with that, guys, we have obtained the 3 Regis, and I will meet you back at a very familiar location. And we're back at Snowpoint City. You guessed it. We are back mainly because I have a bone to pick with someone, with 2 someone's here in Snowpoint City. Snowpoint City is the home to the 2 people I hate most in all of the Sinnoh region. Number 1, first and foremost, is being the lady who trades you that Haunter with the Eviolite. That is evil to this point, to this day. And can't get out of here, can't breathe with the stupid snow in my. Yeah, I don't think I forgot about you. Because she doesn't know who I am. But I'm your friendly neighborhood Pokemaniac.
Only the chosen may enter the Snowpoint Temple.
I'm sorry, but you will have to leave. Lady, after all that I have done, all that I have been through, who is worthy to enter the temple but me? Oh, and then, what? Oh, I cannot. I cannot for the life of me remember this girl's name. Oh my goodness. Geez. Yeah, we fought her. She's gym leader, ice type. Go ahead and leave in the comments what her name is, so that I can remember. But let me know in the comments, please. This is very, very important. I don't ask for a lot in these videos, but just leave. Tell me her name in the comments, okay?
It's okay. You can let that person in. I heard from Cynthia.
Oh, you're in contact with Cynthia, are you?
You're working on a Pokédex, aren't you? There should be many rare Pokemon in the temple. Enjoy your exploring.
Oh, you're just gonna what? Okay, I'll just I'll let myself in. Thank you. All right, and with that, with a what do they call that? Like a reference from the gym leader of Snowpoint City. I cannot for the life of me remember her name. We are allowed in the snow. We are finally allowed in the Snowpoint Temple. Ooh, it's a statue of Pokemon. One can sense its power. Hopefully I am that one, which, you know, I am him. And as you can see, oh, look at that. There's a nifty little, you know, ice patch here because, well, you know, Snowpoint Temple, you'd expect it, right? And oh, nope. Okay. Oh, this still isn't bad. It's not an ice puzzle, guys. Don't worry. There's nothing I can screw up here. Coming through here, we can get ourselves a calcium. Good for your bones. Drink your milk, kids. All right. And we're going to keep moving down. See, look, it's super easy to get through here. Absolutely no ice puzzle. Look at that. See, they even let you skip the ice sections if you have Rock Smash. So not too bad. Also, you eagle-eyed viewers could probably tell at this point that my party's a little bit different. Yeah, so you want to have all three Regis with you, whether you get them from the PAL Park, transfer them up from the PAL Park, or if you know, go and catch them, you know, in the wild after you get the event Regigigas. And oh, man, look at that! I really like this. Like, that is a very, again, I've done ice puzzles like for generations of Pokemon now, and that is like the first like actual cool little variation on them. But with that, not too many. I had to open my big stupid mouth, didn't I? Yeah, that's right. There are ice puzzles here, and now let's see if we can't figure this. It's the first one, though. It can't be hard, right? Go down. Did I mess up already? Okay, so I want my head. I want to bump into this one down here. That's what we want to do. So coming here. Nope, that's not gonna do it. That felt right. I'm not stupid, guys. Quit looking at me like I'm stupid, okay? It's just ice puzzles are difficult for me. There, ha ha ha! You suck. Oh, man. You know how like I move around and stuff, you know, to give character to my character. Oh, okay, good. I accidentally stepped back onto the ice patch and slid down. Glad that's over with. But moving right along, the Snowpoint Temple is a lot deeper underground than I initially assumed. And then over here, again, another great variation on the ice puzzle. We're going to want to use strength here, and we are actually going to want to push it up. Again, really nice variation here. So basically, you've been taught throughout all Pokemon games you don't want to get your Bolter trapped in a corner like this because then you can't move it. However, with the ice puzzle, you make yourself your own little, you know, doorstop, basically, so that you can come over here and grab a full hit. That was not worth the brain power or the calories burned to walk over there. Oh, my goodness. Maybe I can sell that later. I'm so broke right now, guys. It is absolutely astonishing. But moving right along, like some of the fights that I had to cut out weren't even because like I knocked out the Regis. It was just because I ran out of Pokeballs. And coming down here, what's that in the corner? Huh. Well, you know, he's a lot bigger in person, but it's very interesting that there is, in fact, multiple legendaries in canon here. So this is what I was talking about, guys. Like, you have to have the three Regis in order to get to this Regigigas. But in order to do that, you'd need a Regigigas to get to the 3 Regis, unless you pal parked them in. And then at that point, what's the point of running around and getting the Regis from the wild? Where does this room go? What's the point of going and getting the Regis in the wild, because you're doubling up on them at that point? So there's literally no situation in 4th generation where you can just end up with, 1 Regigigas and 1 of each of the 3 Regis. It's either you have 6 Regis and 1 Regigigas, 2 Regigigas and 3 Regis, or 6 Regis and 2 Regigigas, which is interesting to say the least. Can I get... Okay, so that patch we can get to. I'm not stupid, I swear. It's just the ice puzzles mess with my brain. I'm not good at planning ahead. Okay, so we got to this patch. That's gonna do nothing for us. Oh, okay, we bumped into a rock. This looks good. This looks good, guys. Oh, it's looking good. Oh, we're back here. How's about... Yeah? It's that easy. And yeah, say hello to Regigigas. Now, again, you can't even... First of all, you can enter Snowpoint Temple basically at any time after you've completed the National Dex. That will give you access to the temple. You don't need to do anything else. But, however, in order to actually get to fight Regigigas, the one that sleeps at the bottom of this temple, you are going to need 3 Regis, whether you've got them from the PAL Park or if you went out and caught them like we did. So obviously, we got to save up, and we really, really got to prepare for this Regigigas. And also, the other stipulation, the reason I had to bring these guys with me, is because you can't even initiate the battle unless you have the 3 Regis in your party. And we're kind of up a creek without a paddle because these guys were only on level 30. And if this Regigigas is anything like our other one, we're in for a world of hurt because we need Hubris, HM slaves to get through the temple, first of all. So we've got Zuko. We know Regigigas is a normal type Pokemon. Guys, you know how big and strong this thing is. We can only hope and pray that we are able to survive the onslaught that it'll bring. I know it's got slow start, so it's going to take 5 turns, but within that 5 turns, we need to get this done, or we're probably dead. It's a statue of a Pokemon. It seems to exude power. Don't they all at this point? Jake read the engraved writing. A body of rock. A body of ice. A body of steel. I got all 3, girl. What you doing? When gathers the 3 Pokemon, the king shall appear. Uh-oh. Zut. That's not what a king says. That's right, guys. Say hello to the mighty, ancient Regigigas? Bro, you could have phrased that way better. Believe me. Yeah, guys. So, be careful. If you were expecting a monster to fight, you gotta look elsewhere. Because in Pokemon Platinum, Regigigas will be on level 1 at the bottom of the Snowpoint Temple. So don't touch it. It'll die. This is exclusively in Pokemon Platinum. I don't know why they did this, but I love the fact that they did. So on top of being the only game that you can catch a level 100 in the wild, that being the Magikarp, you can also catch a level 1 in the wild legendary Pokemon, Regigigas, which I think is the funniest dichotomy of any Pokemon game. Regigigas, you know him, you love him. Normal, plain and simple, normal type Pokemon. The ability slow start, which means you can't get it going. You probably need to see a doctor about that. With the moves Dizzy Punch, Knock Off, Foresight, and Confuse Ray. Only if you are playing Pokemon Platinum. If you're playing Pokemon Diamond or Pearl, they actually respect your intelligence, or they respect your ability a little bit more. This Regigigas will be on level 70, not level 1. once again, normal type with the ability Slow Start, with the moves Stomp, Confuse Ray, Superpower, and Zen Headbutt. Something you have to worry about a whole heck of a lot more. I don't even think, oh, he knocked off my fist plate. Oh no. I don't even think after 5 turns that knockoff is going to be doing more than 1 HP worth of damage. That if you have yourself a, what's the False Swipe? This is where you want to use it. Hey, we got 10 Pokeballs. Let's go ahead and use them. So now that we've run into this Regigigas, we can talk about Regigigas a little bit more. I kind of backed off. I went over the level 100 event one that we get, but I kind of backed off a little bit just so we could talk about it a little more. So Regigigas was designed for Gen 4. He is, kind of the big bad leader of the three Regis that you could catch in Gen 3. Hopefully they don't make any more, because we've got the 3 main ones in the King. They don't need any more, right? But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it way later. But Regigigas, it is still a legendary Pokemon, as you can see. It is still going to resist our attempts at catching it. But Regigigas, being the pure normal type Pokemon, is very interesting. So, competitively, again, this thing is absolutely useless because there's no way you are getting this thing out for 5 full turns, because it has to stay on the field to get the 5 full turns before it, can actually utilize the full extent of its power. Once again, if you got some skill swap shenanigans that you can deal with in the VGC, that would be probably your best bet. But other than that, I mean, Regigigas could be a phenomenal Pokemon. Not even phenomenal, just a good Pokemon, right? Just a good Pokemon, but it is absolutely crippled by its ability, and they seemingly have no plans to change it because it's, 5 generations, nearly 6 generations later of Pokemon games, and Regigigas is still, it can only get Slow Start, and only that. But it's really cool, very unique Pokemon, kind of adds to the lore that's been going on. This is what we had been gatekept from, for the basement of the Snowpoint Temple. This is what legendary trainers, a level 1 Pokemon, that only chosen trainers can possibly go and experience, I guess. But anywho, Regigigas, again, being a normal type Pokemon is nice because the only weakness is fighting, and its only immunity is Ghost, which can just be useful sometimes when you need it. And again, like most normal type Pokemon, Regigigas can learn a wide variety of moves, and with an absolute monstrous attack stat, if you can somehow get rid of Slow Start, you'll have an absolutely banger of a Pokemon. It kind of suffers from the same symptoms that the same issues that Slowking has. I thought we were going to catch Regigigas in a Pokeball. I just did not want to acknowledge it. Where it's absolutely phenomenally strong Pokemon, crippled by a terrible ability. So the ultimate cosmic power. Itty bitty living space. Well, you know what? Let's try out a luxury ball. Maybe that's what the issue is. You want to get in a luxury ball, Regigigas? Huh? Is that the problem? You just have expensive tastes. Okay. I guess you didn't want to get in the luxury ball. Yeah. How many more dizzy punches have you got in there, pal? How many you got in the chamber? Gross noodle fingers too. Okay. Now we have to talk about the important things. Okay, an Ultra Ball matches its color scheme, so maybe I'll stay in there. I know, Regigigas' design is supposed to be, ancient golem, from a bygone era, and he's got, he's been stationary for so long that he's got, vegetation and stuff growing on him, which looks fine on his feet and everything, but I can't help but seeing a balding old man. I know that the very top of his body, that's not his face, but if you look at it, he's got a dot on the forehead. He's got 2 dots beneath that, which could be eyes, and then another one, which could be a mouth. And then it looks like he's got really, curly hair on either side, so he's just He's just an old dude with male pattern baldness. And like an absolute barrel chest, if you ask me. He can't even stand up. He's so top heavy. Look at him. But that's just always what I see, okay? I can't help it. He looks like, do you remember, what Phil and Lil's dad, from Rugrats? That's who he reminds me of. I don't know what to tell you. But for a level 1 Pokemon, Regigigas is putting up, he's fighting the good fight. He's giving us an awful lot of trouble. Which is fine. It's whatever. We've already caught the other Regis. I'm not super, like, keen. I shouldn't say I'm not super keen on catching. I want to catch the Regigigas. It's not as annoying because I already have one, so it's not like this is, like, super unique. Which, again, major problem with the setup of everything here in 4th gen with the Regis. Like, I feel like they dropped the ball on this. This could have been really cool. Because you know how normally, like, when I'm going through the game, and we're coming up on, legendary Pokemon or something, I play it as I only know as much as the story has given me already. And so it would be like, I'd be unaware of Regigigas, sleeping in the, bottom of a Snowpoint Temple. And I have to go catch the Regis, and it's a real big surprise, because you see them, they're like old friends in the past. And I don't know about Regigigas because it's 4th gen, and I'm, only coming with the knowledge of the previous 3 generations. This kind of shattered that because you have to have the... I could have played it off, too, if the only requirement was you had to have the event Regigigas to unlock all of the Regis. But no, they took it a step further, and you actually had to have it in your party in order to get the other Regis to appear. And then same thing, if I were to transfer my Regis from Gen 3 up with the PAL Park, we'd already have the Regis, and then it's like, oh yeah, I can, play it off like I don't know what's in the Snowpoint Temple. But then after you get a Regigigas, then all of a sudden, you want to go down and hunt the other Regis, but then I couldn't play it up there because I already know about the existence of the Regis. So it's like, I don't know, like, so because we already have, like, the Regis, like, one way or the other, 12 one way, half a dozen the other, there's not as much pressure, there's not as much excitement, maybe, on the behalf of, the Regis. So I can't complain too much. I mean, it's not like they're, critical to the story or anything. I had fun, going around and catching them and everything, but, yeah, no, it's not like a major issue, but it is something that it was weird how they did this. They usually don't, like, drop the ball, no pun intended. They usually don't drop the ball on stuff like this. They usually have, like, a little story progression within the, getting the, legendary Pokemon, even at their events. Like, I mean, Shaman, Darkrai, like, both of them, they were great little events. We're out of effective Pokeballs, so now we're just going to start throwing the crazy stuff we have here. How about a dive ball? Do you like the ocean, Regigigas? We'll see. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to voice my opinion on that. Where I don't know, I thought it wasn't the best move, I would say, on the developer's part, or whoever came up with the, legendary events. I don't know. It's like, I still like the fact that you can go out and get these Pokemon, but it's just a little annoying that you can't get them individually within game without interference from, like, without outside help, I guess. So that's my little Regirant, and hopefully we can catch this Regigigas and our little Regipokeball. I cannot get over old man face. I'm telling you. And yeah, so we're going. Get a little low there. Regigigas is really milking us for all we're worth, I suppose. Hopefully, maybe the Heal Ball. I haven't damaged you because I know I would break you. Yeah, this Regigigas. I mean, this lasted well more than 5 turns, so he's full power, full steam ahead. But it's really not too much of a difference. You You can be at full power. You can be a full power Regigigas, but if you're level 1, it's not going to make a difference. Funny enough, while I prefer that we have the level 1 Regigigas in Pokemon Platinum, I think it's actually easier to catch the level 70 Regigigas, specifically because you're allowed to hit it, you know, and not worry about killing the thing. But we've got a couple Great Balls left, so I mean, we'll suffer through this a little bit, and then I'll catch back up to you guys when we actually catch Regigigas, unless we catch him in this Great Ball. Oh, I thought he listened. I thought he listened. Zut indeed, Regigigas. Now, I didn't want to have to do this, but you forced my hand. Behold, the destroyer of legendaries, Wooper! All right, and because Regigigas cannot get it going, guys, as you can see, we've had to resort to more drastic measures when it comes to this glute, this palooka, this lug. Oh my goodness. So I have hit, I'm not kidding you guys, I'm over 2 hours recording for this entire session, and I cannot for the life of me get this Regigigas to stay in a Pokeball. I have had to reset so many times. Any confused race? Okay, this is going to be interesting. So obviously what I had to do was I needed to switch up my strategy. So I went back out into the PC, and I went and got Darkrai, because I'm like, you know, Dark Void, great move, right? And then I looked at Darkrai, and guess what Pokemon doesn't learn Dark Void until level 66? You guessed it! It was Darkrai. So I went and picked up Wooper here. You know, one of the random Woopers that we caught back in the Safari Zone. And yeah, he's the only Pokemon I have currently that has any move that will status a Pokemon. At least as far as I scrolled down. But honestly, level 29, that's still 28 levels higher than this Regigigas, so he's not going to be, you know, beating Wooper anytime soon. So I felt real safe in this decision. But yeah, drastic times call for drastic measures. So hopefully with Regigigas asleep, maybe he'll be more susceptible to getting caught, because my previous strategies were not working. So we're gonna work with this, and oh my goodness, I guess I can see where Regirock got his stubbornness from. Oh. Yes! Wooper! Wooper is the answer! All hail Mr. No Arms! Ah! 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 We finally done did it. No, we're not gonna nickname Regigigas. My goodness. And with that, guys, that's how you catch all 4 Regis in Pokemon Platinum. Okay, so let's get the heck out of here. We have spent way more time than what is not necessary, but way more time than what I would ever want to in the bottom of this freezing cold temple, in the middle of this freezing cold town, with the gym leader whose name I still can't remember. What is her name? All right, honestly, I've come around a little bit, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. She was protecting us from what we just went through. So, I apologize for being maybe a little rude and intrusive. I had no idea what you were protecting me from. So, much thanks to the Snowpoint Temple lady who was guarding it, preventing us from wasting all that time in there. And, well, I gotta say, guys, with that, finally the Regi saga comes to an end. I guess with that, if you liked what you saw, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, like, dislike, or whatever you're feeling like. And until next time, guys, I will catch you later. Thank one battle with Wooper. That's all it took. My goodness. Running in the doors. Running, here's some more. Running in the doors. Running indoors. Pokemon Gen 4. Pikachu?